Hello in Baltic Film Competition of Black Nights Film Festival. I'm Edvinas, one of programmers here, and I have two very wonderful and talented guests to present to you. Staņislavs Tokalovs, he is the director and co-writer of film Lovable, and our current big shining star, Kārlis Arnolds Avots. You saw him already in January, and now this is his second performance in Baltic competition. But I'll start with Staņislavs. How you prepared this script about such a chameleonic human being and provocative personality?
So the initial spark or the idea was what will happen if my that time girlfriend dies and I'm left with her child, who is not my child. This was the spark, and being plus minus 25 years old at the time, I could not answer as in a straight way, yes or no, and it just gave me doubts why this answer is not coming, and then slowly the idea or the question did not go away. I tried to ask people of my age or my generation, could not get a straight answer as well, and it slowly started to become a short story and then a feature-length script.
But this is entirely fiction, or you had some real personalities?
I don't believe that you can make an entirely fiction film, and I strongly believe that the only real experience that you feel deeply is your own experience. And of course the events are dramatized, and I guess it's not me, but to an extent every experience, every feeling the character has, I had personal experience with that. I don't believe that I can make film talking about myself about a 60-year-old person, because I have not had the experience of being 60 and the thoughts needed. But I was 25, 26, and I lived through this time. So it makes sense for me to use the experience and the events. But of course, film is not life. Film is a metaphor for life. So then you need to find a way to communicate this to the audience or express your feeling on screen.
Kārlis, Kārlis already revealed the truth, that Lovable is actually your debut.
Yeah,
Although January was released first, you got even Best Actor award in Rome Film Festival, but your background is theater, right?
Yeah, of course. So my teacher in cinema, I would say it's Staņislavs. He somehow, tuned my instrument for camera, and it was quite a long time. Actually, we were rehearsing, and I really loved it. And it was a year and a half or something. So Lovable is my debut. Yeah.
So you met in theater together, and he casted you for main protagonist as Lovable. Staņislavs.
Oh no, he's a casting director. Just chose me. I don't know if Staņislavs did know me at all. She somehow thought of me, and I just came and I did something unexpected, and that of course charmed Staņislavs, and he gave me another try, and somehow I got to convince him that I'm the right pick for the role.
And how did you prepare for that role?
Well,
because it's very challenging. And you play young manipulator who uses very dangerous tricks to gain something what he wishes to have.
Yeah, it's true. But I was really impressed what is underneath the manipulation. The trauma, the story. His pain, his story, his past, the things he didn't have, and I found it very beautiful. But of course, like with every other role, you just like you take what you have from all the sides. You read literature, like there is this novel Guy Maupassant, Bellamy, which was like made a strong impression to me. A lot of films that's he didn't want to shoot because I haven't seen films like Barry Lyndon. He said like there's nothing to do on film set if you don't watch those films. So there was like a big list of movies, and I was collecting traits, collecting good acting moments, and like just really try to understand like what kind of film Stanislavs wants to make, because for him the most important thing is honesty and just like being very honest in front of camera rather than acting, you know.
Stanislavs, we have also very big man, very big star behind the camera. Oleg Mutu, Moldovan DOP, Romanian. He is so desirable. He basically doesn't do more Romanian films, but he travels like a pilgrim. Currently, I know he shot Georgian film. It's not so easy to convince him. Maybe you can elaborate how was it you to contact Oleg and bring him to Latvia?
I think in film world it's very easy. I don't believe that anything is complicated because you just call the person. He's still a person. So you call him, you explain what you want to do, and then you send the script. And if the conversation is mutual, we understand what we want to try and where to go. And then he read the script. He said, I really like it. I understand what I can bring to the story, and I would like to make it. So for all, I remember the first short film that I made, I want some really famous actress, and I just called her. So I don't believe that the people that you want to work with, doesn't matter how big or how big stars they are so far away, because if you have something that you think may interest them, it actually may be true, and they may be interested in it. And with Oleg, you know, we can discuss the way we feel film, where editing happens inside of the shot more often, that nothing is pushed on you, like the music, the editing, the acting. So it's a certain kind of way, and I think it really connects with us. So it's a very easy and straightforward conversation when you don't need to explain what film is to us, to one another. So it's mutual understanding.
And Oleg is a master of long takes, but in Lovable especially, what takes our attention with tick, 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 very fast, very fast. It's your decision or Oleg's?
No, it's my decision. It is an idea. Thank you for noticing also. Because I think that with this long take and very long scenes, like where each episode is almost always one take, you need to move forward quickly. You never can go back. This was my feeling, that we always need to move forward, and we always jump into the event instead of preparing it and going. And it is holds throughout the film, and this is just my way, and we discussed it when we watched already the graded version with Oleg, that so interesting. It's not something that you're kind of used to usually in film, that this gives you this very strange feeling that it moves forward even though it's very slow inside of the episode.
And I want to ask you one provocative question. I know one at films, but I will not name it. When collaboration with Oleg was not so successful, and when Oleg feels that director is not prepared and maybe weaker, he starts directing.
Okay, it didn't happen. We had our arguments on set, but I think once like a strong, hardcore Romanian argument, with shouting and everything. But in general, because we spent quite a lot of time just sitting at the table and trying to figure out the differences in the way we kind of what we think is important here. And the funny story about Oleg is that I have this enormous board with each through line interconnected with sticky notes and written things and photos, and I show him, okay, we do this film. He says, no, wait. I show you what I think. And he takes a board with a marker and writes Mattis, the main character name, plus Paula, the second main character, and then stops, puts the marker, says, okay, we make this. This is the story about them. That's it. This is what I'm gonna film, And you just need to find the middle ground with all my sticky notes and 75, notes, and him who is trying to film the story, So I think this was kind of the moment where we understood.
And Kārlis, very briefly, how it was for you to work with Oleg as a debutant?
Well, of course, I had no clue what he was. Stas somehow showed his films, and of course, I was stunned. But more of the, all around talks that who is Oleg Mutu, this great DOP. Everybody was, talking. How did Stas got him? How is it possible? And so that's how I knew it was a big deal. But for me, it was first film. It was my first DOP. So it was just like that. I'm here and let's go. Let's go. First 2 days, it was scary. But afterwards, I think we made a good connection. Like we talked as well. And there was this one time, he doesn't speak a lot actually to actors. No, if you don't feel the camera. And you're not in the right place, or if he has something good to say to you. So I had few times that he came over and told me that it was really good. He finally he saw the character truly.
Yes, Staņislavs, Kārlis, Paldies for Lovable, but I want to steal a bit of time and to do a continuation, because we talked about you with Viesturs and he revealed your new role. And could you believe that Kārlis will play a female basketball player who 2 meters long, Uliana Semyonova?
13 years old,
and maybe how you will prepare for this role?
Yesterday I watched Monica, and I was shocked, like the honesty of the film, and you have no doubt about her gender, It was so convincing. It so inspired me. So I have it under my skin already, I wrote the script myself, and right now we'll have 2 co-writers, and I think it will be a beautiful movie about a misfit, about someone who is longing to have love what others have, but as we know, it doesn't work that way. You have to accept yourself. It will be a very poetic, very funny, very radical, very interesting story.
Something unbelievable will come out from Latvian cinema. I wish you all the best.
A lot of angry people will be there as well.
But now you must gain some weight.
Edvinas,
Thank you, Staņislavs, again. Good luck with Lovable. It's an international premiere in Tallinn, in Black Nights Film Festival. I'm Edvinas. I'm curating Baltic competition. Thank you for listening to us, and wait for Ulla, and you'll see a major big talent rising in front of your eyes.